Hi friends, some of you have had this dessert at my house, and there's also a savory version, a puff pastry snowflake. It's based on German Christmas bread, but you don't have to make all the pastry and all that stuff. Just go and get yourself some of this puff pastry sheets. Pepperidge Farm is the one I always use. It's about the right size for what you do here. So I've had this in the freezer, but I've let it sit in the fridge for a little bit. And you can point down now if you want. So you just pull this out of the wrapper, and it is folded up like so. Carefully separate the pieces. There's 2 chunks. Each one is folded in thirds, and there's tissue paper in between each one. So you pull that off as you unfold it. There we go. And now I have a piece of pre-cut. Oh gosh. These are parchment sheets that are pre-cut, and they come in a box like this. So you lay one on your countertop, and we unfold the first thing. If you can see how it's unfolded. See how it's got these creases in it? Maybe this is in the way. Then I have a stainless steel water bottle that is sort of flat, and I put it in the freezer so it's really cold. You got to keep this puff pastry cold. So then I roll it a little bit. That's just to flatten out these creases, and maybe make it a little more square if it's not. Just flatten that good. The parchment paper keeps it from sticking. So you can just lift it up like so. So now I have a perfect square. And I'm going to set that aside for a minute. Open up the second one. Very delicately. Boop. Peel off the paper. Open this up. There we go. And again, with the cold thing, you could just use a regular rolling pin. I just think this is cool because it's cold. I don't have a rolling pin. So. All right. Flatten this guy out. Make it as square as you can get it. It's already square, but kind of as you flatten it. Flip it over and then do the same with the other side to get rid of the creases. Makes it stick together better. Okay, here we go. Now that's the basis of our pastry. First thing I'm going to do now is get a little bowl and make a little egg wash to put on at the very end, but might as well go ahead and do that. Should have this ready, but I forgot. So, just 1 egg, crack it, and put it in this little dish. You can put a tiny bit of water in there, just a little dribble. And get a fork. Just a regular fork is all you need. And then just smoosh this up. Scramble it really good so that the egg and the white are all blended. There we go. So now for dessert, I typically would spread this with Nutella or chocolate sauce, and you have to put it on very carefully so that it doesn't run out and not too thick. But today I'm going to make a savory version, like a cheesy Parmesan bread to have with lunch. So I got your nice square there. I have found that this bowl that I have, and if you can find a bowl, it fits right in the square. You can see it. I push it down a little bit and then lift it up. Okay. Now, take my big knife and I just cut a circle right around like this, being very careful not to cut anything like on my body. There we go. Now you'll see it comes very close to the edges. So I just snip the edges here with the knife, and then I can just lift up these little corner pieces. So see how they're shaped? Where the circle comes out, they're like a little triangle. So I'm going to pull those away, and I stack those up out of the way. There we go. I'm going to use those later because we don't want to waste any of this beautiful dough. So there we have a circle. Now I'm going to set that aside. Get my other piece of dough out here and do the same thing. So I'm going to put a circle, put the bowl on and cut the circle. Like this. And again, set aside these little corners. Whoops. There we go. Now, I got 2 circles cut. I can put this bowl aside. So now I have a nice circle here. Now I'm going to take my circle here, right in the middle. I'm going to cut a little, or push down and make a little circle right in the middle. And that doesn't get cut. Now I'm going to spread this with what I have here is a Parmesan sauce that my friend Nancy gave me. I'm going to spoon that out and put that around the circle. And I'm going to spread it only to about within a ½ inch of the edge. And don't make it too thick because you don't want it to fall out as it bakes. So here we go. Does it look okay on there? Can we see what we're doing? Michael? Yeah, okay. You can speak, it's okay, these are friends. Mike's like, okay. Now I have a big bag of shredded Parmesan, and I'm going to sprinkle some of that on here. Just a little bit in there. Make a little more Parmesan-y flavor. All right. Now, a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water to wet your fingers, and just run your finger around the edge just to soften this dough. It makes it kind of gummy. That's going to let the other piece stick on there. So all the way around the edge, the glue surface. All right, now we take our other piece of dough, nice round, and lay it right on the top. Now we smush it down around the edges just a little bit to get it to seal so that our filling doesn't run out. Cool. Now a little circle in the middle. Right there. So now this circle leaves a pattern. Now I'm going to take and cut from the circle edge. Don't want to cut anything inside the circle. Halfway across, starting there, and cut through that. And cut through this side, right? So I got a straight line. Now the other side, I want to cut 90 degrees. 90 degrees. It's in my way. There we go. So now we got 4 pieces. Now we're going to cut those in half. So now we got 8 segments, like you're slicing a pie. There we go. And again like this. Now each of those we're going to cut in the middle again. So cut right down the middle. Right down the middle. again. Now, we now have, you can see this. This is my, can you see it okay? It's my round cut with 16 fan blades, right? Like a turbine. Now's the fun part. Now we take 2 of these at a time and we pick them up like this. See how they're little separate leaves? And then you twist them once like this and twist them again and smush them together like this, like the flat part, just like that. And then you can pull the bottom out a little like that, making a little fold. So now it twists once and then this bottom's pushed together. So again, pick it up, fold it around again, and smush the ends together. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pull the bottom out and flatten it a little bit. Okay, super easy. Pull out the bottom, pinch, push down. Now my dough's getting kind of soft, so before we bake this, we're gonna put it back in the freezer for a little while and get it real cold before you bake it. That's what allows the puff pastry. So now you can see how pretty that looks. Now, I've got all these little tails left over, so rather than waste them, what I do is I'm gonna put a little bit of Parmesan spread on each one of them, right in the middle of the triangle, like that. And then I take the 2 tails and I flip them inward and smush them together and let the tails stick out like that. And that gives me a little bird-like shape, like this, see? And I just tuck that inside each of these inside corners like that and let those hang out. So again, take this and you push them together like this and let the tails hang out and you stick it in there. And that makes a really big snowflake, and those tails puff up and become little crispies at the end. Now you can see what I got there. Now, what do I want to put on here? I'm going to put the rest of this Parmesan in the middle here, because that's going to get bubbly and brown. There we go. Like so. And spread it into the cracks here a little bit. There we go. And you can do this with the chocolate if you want. Now, typically what we put on here is a little more cheese. Or in your case, you're gonna get some toasted hazelnuts or some toasted almonds. If you can't get them toasted already, you can do that yourself. I'm just gonna sprinkle this on top. Okay, now you can see what I got here. Can you see it? Now this is gonna let me, I'm gonna put this in the toaster oven, but you can put it in a regular oven on a baking sheet. But this fits in my toaster oven, and I can just slide this onto the pan upside down, because then it's really easy, and the pan that's curling up won't shape it weirdly. So there we go. Now, I'm gonna get some almonds. I'll be right back. Or maybe I'll do walnuts. So these are slivered almonds, and these are not toasted, but they will toast in the oven. So I'm going to sprinkle these around on here just a little bit, see what happens. Okay. Now, there we go. Now I'm going to take another piece of parchment and cover this over. Oh, I got them all right here, don't I? There we go. Now I'm going to put this back in the freezer. If it's cold outside, you can put it outside. And we're going to let that chill before we bake it. So you can turn this off. This goes in the freezer for 15 minutes just to get everything firm and cold. Okay, so this has been in the refrigerator for a while. It's nice and chilled. Meanwhile, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees. You can just follow the instructions on the puff pastry. So we want to bake this for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. Meanwhile, now that it's nice and chilled, I didn't put the egg wash on there yet. So you just slather this whole thing. Doesn't matter if you got the nuts on or not yet. You can put them on later or now. Slather the whole thing with an egg wash with this nice little pastry brush. And what that does is it gets the pastry really brown and pretty. It's one of the oldest rules of pastry making. So egg wash for bread and egg wash for other things. So here we got nice even coating of egg. Okay, that should be everything. The egg will also help brown the almonds. And you can do this with walnuts or hazelnuts or anything else. So there's what we have. A nice big snowflake. And I'm going to put it in the oven for 15 minutes. Okay, here we go. Started? Oh, okay. So this is what it looks like coming out of the oven. It was at 15 minutes for 400 degrees. And you can see how the egg wash makes it brown nicely. And it's cheesy and almondy. So that's how you do it. If you do the dessert version and you have this stuffed with Nutella or chocolate, then you can drizzle caramel over it or more chocolate sauce or powdered sugar. But this is savory for lunch, so this is going to be a cheesy bread. Okay, good luck making it. I hope you have fun.
Boy, you're good.